Doctors, what's the most heartbreaking thing you've witnessed? When I was working the night shift, the ER was quiet for once. Just past 1 a.m., the usual hum of machines and soft voices. I was sitting at the desk, finishing a chart, when the radio buzzed. 2 incoming, car accident, critical. No names, just ages, 34 and 36. Married, according to the paramedics. The accident happened on the highway outside of town. Wet roads, 1 wrong turn, the kind that happens in a second. They were hit from the side by a truck that didn't stop in time. The couple's sedan had flipped, took nearly 20 minutes to cut them out. They arrived together, one stretcher after the other, both unconscious. She had deep abdominal trauma, barely a pulse. He had a skull fracture, chest caved on the left side, blood pressure dropping in both. We split them into 2 bays. I stayed with the man. My colleague took the woman. There wasn't much time. His pupils were already uneven. Every breath came with a gurgle. We worked on him hard. Chest tubes, lines, meds, trying to get pressure back. At one point, we got a heartbeat strong enough to give us hope. Then it stopped. We shocked, compressed, called it after 23 minutes. I walked across the hall to check on the woman. My colleague shook her head before I even asked. They'd opened her up in trauma, trying to stop the bleeding, but everything inside was torn. She never woke up. 2 deaths, less than 30 minutes apart, married, same car, same crash. The nurse who had checked their IDs found a folded paper in the woman's wallet. It was a school schedule. 2 names written in blue ink, Aiden and Lily, ages 7 and 9. The paper had little stars drawn around the word pickup. We stood in silence for a moment. No one said anything. It was too late, too quiet, too unreal. One of the nurses started crying, quietly. She had kids around the same age. The police showed up soon after, already trying to track down family. I heard them say the kids were at home, being babysat by a neighbor. The parents had gone out for dinner. First date night in months. They never made it back. Around 4 a.m., I stepped outside for air. The rain had stopped, but the smell of wet asphalt still hung in the air. There were sirens in the distance, but not ours. Inside, the 2 bodies had been moved to the holding area. Their hands had been placed close, not touching but near enough. Someone had covered them carefully. I thought about those 2 kids waking up. No idea. Probably still sleeping, curled up in their beds, maybe waiting for morning cartoons. No way to prepare them. No way to make it make sense. Later that morning, just after shift change, the grandmother came to the hospital. The officer met her at the entrance, tried to prepare her before she saw the bodies. She didn't cry, not right away, just stood there, staring at them like if she waited long enough, they'd breathe again. Then she turned to the nurse and asked about the children, where they were, who had told them. Her hands trembled, but her voice was calm, too calm. By the time I left, it was daylight. The sun had come out, the streets were drying, people were getting coffee, walking dogs, starting their day. I drove home in silence. That night stayed with me, not just because they died, but because of everything they left behind. 2 children, a folded paper, an ordinary night that turned into the last. They were just going out for dinner, just one night away. Then they were gone.